is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jalen Smith in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow. Now Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Mayfield now on second down. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got a new one. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Quincy Enunwa from 19 yards away. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And his kick is right through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Flush to his right. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
No, check, Patriot!
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
Dancing to his left. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Leopard!
A give. This is Chubb. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 28 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Well, pardon me, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And out now come the Cowboys. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
There we go, kill.
Prescott from the gun. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Landry. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They begin this drive with Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his first touchdown as a Cleveland Brown. And the Browns add on to their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And now here come the Cowboys. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Airing it out for Hearns. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Cowboys on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
Swing to the right. To the right. Here we go, 46. 46.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Cooper's got it. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Airing it out for Hearns. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Nunez got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And that goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Finding some room at midfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a second down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Landry brushes it, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm
looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Oh, the hurdle. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now Prescott. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. A give to Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run it with Elliott. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads will be fairly clear
by
the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Browns on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Detroit!
A run for Nick Chubb. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They run it again with Chubb. And he coughed it up, and the Cowboys have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Prescott now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. Now Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. 19 yards that time for number 19.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Prescott now on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Hey.
Now Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in, and the Cowboys are in for 6. And his kick is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. They juked him. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Browns are pouring it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
47. Here we go.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
46. 46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he comes back with 1 complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Prescott on 1st down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. On first down. They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They give him a gain of 38. They'll run with Chubb. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
To credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
Working out of the gun. Mayfield toward the pylon, caught. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns continue to roll. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively. And
one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Mayfield now. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play. Now Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 180.
Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Myles Garrett bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47. 46.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. And they'll need Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here we go, 180. Hey, 47. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. To throw is Prescott. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective, they had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You're going to have to take more chances later, right? When you don't convert, that just means you got to double down on it. So we can see this thing pile up as we go on.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. The Browns on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Mayfield. And it's caught. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was
under pressure, and they got to him again. Myles Garrett in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
We're going to 54. Wide in. You go 46, 46. 46.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throwing, Prescott. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And got his man complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Chubb will get the call, running left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and they run. Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Browns, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.